Hello, good morning. What's today? October 14th of 2020. Welcome, boys and girls. October 14th. So just in case you don't know if you're new here or not, but I go live every Wednesday and Friday. I try to stay consistent with that at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Central Time, so for me it's 8:10. But today is October 14th. So I'm pretty much focused on one trade right now. I do. I kind of like WWR. Let's look at the daily real quick. So, been trading this thing the last couple of weeks. You know, caught some pieces on this front side of the move. Had a monster short on the back side. I should have held it longer. My last cover was at 826. I had missed $2 a downside, but that's okay. You don't know where the bottom is. So it's been fading. I started in buying yesterday. Right now, I just added a little bit more at 6:30 a few minutes ago. My average right now is 675. And so this is at a low volume sell-off. Got a low volume sell-off, so I'm looking for this to bounce. I would think it's going to bounce a couple of days. I mean, in a perfect world, I would hold my shares to $10. I would try. But I mean, with a 675 average, I mean, I'm probably going to be taking some profits into a morning spike over 7, and then maybe I'll add shares back on dips and swing some overnight, depending on if it holds up. It's got to hold up, though. It's got to hold its gains. It's got to prove to me that it's going to continue going. If it starts fading and start looking weak, I'm not sticking around. So that is that's the thesis with WWR. We're getting a nice gap up this morning. First green day. Nice gap up this morning. I think Matt actually bought it yesterday into the after hours at 590. I don't know if you're there yet, Matt, or not, but I'm sure he'll pop in whenever he's when he shows up. So let's see here. Also, OCX is another one that I was long at 2. I sold for small profits at 207. I bought on a little dip here, and then when it couldn't really get over this pivot point over like the 210, 213 area, I was hoping for it to start squeezing a little bit. I didn't have a whole lot of faith in it, partially because of the daily chart. It's got a lot of resistance around in the 250 area. That was my goal, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. They got some cancer news, which is always usually a pretty good catalyst. And this could still hold. It could be a double bottom right here in the 190s, and then maybe squeeze. So that one's just kind of on radar. Another one I'm watching is this one was kind of squeezed into the close, or a little bit into the close. BDR. Yesterday, this one had a spike on it. I was buying the breakout here. You can see it, the breakout over the pre-market highs and the intraday breakout. I was buying it over the $0.50 mark at 150. So it's breaking. It's breaking the intraday highs. You're getting over a whole or a $0.50 mark. I like trading at whole dollar and $0.50 parts. So whenever and the volume, you can see the volume starting to come in right here. The volume was coming in, and then lo and behold, Tim Sykes got in. But I sold into this squeeze in the push towards 180. I didn't hold all the way till 2. So that was a decent trade right there. So I'm still kind of watching this one. It's holding. You see it pull back, and now it's holding the 140. So this one might have some continuation in. Hopefully it does. We'll see. You can see the last time it spiked, though, it failed, but now it's kind of holding up a little bit more. So we'll see if the volume can continue, and we can get some more volume building and building and building. So we'll that one's just keeping an eye on that one. BDR, VVPR, another similar setup to WWR. What's up? Brian, how are you? Good morning. VVPR, if you look at this daily chart, I mean, it had this monster squeeze. Gosh. You know, I caught some of this long. I caught some pieces of it, but now it's had this big sell-off, and I'm kind of thinking it's going to bounce here, but I haven't bought it. I don't have faith in it that much, but it's pulling back to these highs. See these highs, so these on the daily chart, these highs should act as support. So I'm thinking today it might bounce, but I'm not buying it. I'm just watching it. If it holds 12, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm thinking it's gonna bounce today, but I could be wrong. I've got a lot more faith in WWR as far as a bounce play for today. Last Friday, WWR, we did get I really screwed this one up. I had a shitload of shares long. Let's see here. Thursday night last week, and then they put out the next morning. They put out this press release, and I was long from the 7s. Woke up the next morning, this thing gapped up to over $9, and I was long 4,500 shares, and where I really fucked up was I should have took more profits. I mean, when you get a gap up of $2 a share, you know, you take that. You gotta take it. I mean, maybe I should have kept like 1,000 shares, and that's it. I sold like half. I think I sold like 2,000 shares. I kept like 2,500, and then it just faded all day. All day long it faded. And we had a bounce. I did catch some of this bounce, but I sold into this bounce, and then I've been watching it fade ever since. And then when it got down to 6, I started in yesterday into this dump, into this morning panic, and then I added down here in the low 6s. So I got a 675 average with that. And I'm thinking today we're going to get a nice, healthy bounce today on WWR. I mean, I've seen this time and time again. I mean, you got a big multi-day run. You got a low volume sell-off. And then now we should get a bounce. So it's all about timing, you know. Let's see what else we got here. So I'm watching VVPR, BDR. OCX looks like it's wanting to hold. I'm kind of tempted to get back in OCX. They got cancer news, which is always a decent catalyst. I'm not fond of the daily chart, but I mean, it just did put in this double bottom, but I don't know. I mean, I could get in and risk 10 cents right now. We got 10 minutes till the market open. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm trying to stick with the theme that less is more. You know, I don't need to take every single setup and be in every single trade. You know, just trying to pick the best ones. So what else are we watching here? Another one. MDGS was a big runner from yesterday. MDGS. So MDGS looks like they put out a press release. So we got a little morning spike. Taking control of interest in leading internet company GX. Sounds pretty fluffy. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to pump their stock a little bit. Good. I want them to. Yesterday, MDGS. I traded MDGS yesterday. I bought, so it spiked up. It broke the intraday highs and the pre-market highs, and then it pulled back. When it pulled back to VWAP right here, I was buying, I think, at 338. I think that's correct. 338. And then I was selling in this push in like the 370s and 380s. When it got rejected, I tried to actually short up here near 4, but there was no shares to short. But now, so it faded, and it's been kind of hanging around $3 this whole time. So the fact that it's hanging around $3, I kind of like that. I'm not going to long it at all, but I'm just going to keep it on radar and watch it. I mean, it is a former runner, and it had great volume yesterday. We'll see if this can continue and if it can get over like 4 and keep going. I'd love to see this thing keep squeezing. Neo. What do I think of Neo? Matt, what did you find out about WWR the other day? What did I find out about it? What do you mean, what did I find out about it? Matt, what price did you get WWR? You got it at 590, right? You bought some yesterday, like in the after hours. Is that correct? Neo. Wow, Neo still going. Chinese electric car company, Neo. Man, this thing is just grinding. I think Neo is way up here. I can't swing Neo. I don't trust the Chinese electric car company at all. If I was gonna do anything for more of a swing trade, I have some Tesla. I have some Tesla shares in a long-term idea, but Neo's gapping up, it looks like, and breaking out. Neo over 24 now. Wow. They got news. Buy Neo stock because the price can double, JP Morgan says. So looks like we got like an analyst upgrade. That was this morning, JP Morgan. So JP Morgan pumping Neo. Sees Neo as attractive long-term bet, fast-growing Chinese EV market. So yeah, JP Morgan sucking Neo's wiener. So nice little gap out, nice breakout on the daily. I don't really know what to do with it. I mean, I'm not going to buy it. I mean, when you think breakouts, you think you should buy, but it's already up a ton. I'm just going to watch it. I'm just going to watch it and see what it does. Thank you for bringing that one up. It was not on my radar. Remember it said news on it, but didn't want to text it out. I think I explained my whole idea. Yeah, I think I just explained my whole idea with it. But it looks like you're already on board too, Matt. What did you buy? Are you long WWR? That's what I want to know. I'm curious. Because for some reason I thought you got it at 590. I think, and if you got it at 590, I think you might potentially have hit the bottom, like nailed the bottom. Bottom ticked it. See, here we got 5 minutes to the market open. Other stuff that I'm watching. Let's see what else we got here. God, PX doesn't want to die, does it? Just doesn't roll over. Man, this thing just, it holds up pretty nicely. Wow. One day this thing's going to crash. And I don't know when. But I kind of want to, I feel like PEX is going to be one of those things where where they put out some, they have a bad piece of news or something, and you wake up one morning and it's going to be down here at $2. You're going to wake up, it's going to gap down. That's how I feel about PEIX. Workhorse gapping up. I was thinking yesterday Workhorse was a good swing trade, or was a decent long. If you look at this, it's been selling off. I was shorting up here near this resistance in the high 29s, and Jesus, I mean, I was covering like at like 27, and it dumps all the way down to. But this was a nice support. Former resistance becomes support. So look at from the breakout area. Look at this support. Nice support line right there. So now it's gapping up to 24. I don't know what's going to do though, but I'll just watch it. Workhorse. Oh yes, you're in at 7. Wishing you were in at 590. Yeah, I thought you bought it at 590 yesterday. I added yesterday at 6, and then I added more this morning. Well, I actually sold the shares that I had at 6 into this little gap up early this morning when it spiked. This spike, I sold those shares that I had at 6. Well, I had some at 630 and some at 6, so I sold 1,000 shares, 500 from the 630 area, and then another 500 from the 6 area up here in the 660s. So I took a little profits there, and then now it's pulling back, and I added some shares back. I added 500 shares back at 630. Oh, you're long from 23.30. Not bad. It's a nice buy, Brian. Good morning, D22. Good luck today. What are you in today? What are you watching, D22? Pop out some tickers that you're long biased or short biased on. You got any good trade ideas? My only real good trade idea that I feel that has any value or worth, everything else that I see, I'm just kind of watching because I don't really know. The only one I have any real conviction in is this WWR long. And if it doesn't work out, if this thing keeps dumping and breaks 6 and keeps going down into the 5s, I'm going to be really sad. I might cry. It could happen. Because I didn't hold my short long enough, but whatever. I'm going to grab some water real quick. We got 2 minutes till the market open. I'll be right back. Don't come up here. Daddy's got to work. Thank you. Okay, so OCX, I'm glad I got out of that. That looks like it's fading. Let's see here. D22 says he's lacking conviction in most plays. Me too. I'm lacking a lot of conviction in most plays this week. I'm with you 100%, D22. You really want those clean multi-day runners. Again, that's what you're absolutely correct. And that's what I'm looking for all the time is nice, clean multi-day runners. Like WWR. I mean, it was a great long on the front side of the move, an amazing short on the back side. And so now if everything works out as planned, we should get a bounce. Buck. Been waiting for this bounce. But yeah, lately it seems like the last couple of weeks, it doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of really good opportunities like we had this summer. God, this summer and in the spring of earlier this year, everything was on fire. There's so much moving and so much going. OCX over 2 now. OCX over 2 looks like it might want to go. Kind of tempted to buy it. Nope. Rejected. And we got WWR is hanging out at 630. And OCX giving it up. Glad I got out. AMC just hit the high-day scanner, but only one time. When they hit the scanner on I use Trade Idea scanners, so when they hit the scanners multiple times, like MDRR is, that means that it's spiking. So MDRR was a pre-market gapper. I didn't even talk about that one this morning. So MDRR was a pre-market, was our top percent gainer on the pre-market. So it's spiking right now. I'm not going to chase this spike. I refuse to chase the spike. But we'll watch. We'll see how it spikes. It's got a lot of resistance from after hours yesterday and in the pre-market. So we'll see how it holds this spike and see if it can continue to grind. So we'll just watch it. WWR dumping down to 615. So I think with WWR, I think I'm probably going to have to risk. I mean, I hate the red to green on WWR is $6. So as long as it stays green on the day, I think I'm going to stay in the trade. I'm going to risk $6. I hate to risk 75 cents, but I think that I got to. I think I have to. You know, I'm definitely not going to sell into this little dip. If I was going to do anything, I want to add, but I'm not going to. I already have plenty of shares. D22L says, nothing I'm super confident in. It looks like sit on hands morning for now. For me, it is kind of sit on my hands. I mean, the only setup that I have, said it once, I've said it 100 times. The only setup that I have a ton of confidence in right now is this WWR, and shit, that one's not even, I mean, it's trying to hold 615 right now. OCX is trying to hold the 180s. MDR looks like to be our top spiker this morning. MDR is hitting that high day scanner. Nice 60 cents, 70 cent spike. So in hindsight, it looks like I should have chased it. I should have chased into the squeeze, but we'll just wait. We'll just let it prove itself. We don't have to catch the initial spike. You know, we can see how it holds up. Did it get halted? Might have got halted. MDRR. What's Workhorse doing? Is Workhorse holding up? Workhorse with a dump, little dip down to the 2350s, and it looks like we are halted on MDRR. It's looking halted to me. I think it's halted. Yes, it's halted. Resume time is 9:38. So we got 4 more minutes. It'll resume. MDRR has a float of 3.2 million. 3.2 million. So fairly low float. I think we should have after the halt, we'll probably have a yank. I think we're going to have a yank. Maybe a slight spike and then a pullback, and we'll see if we can't find a spot to enter. This may be our big runner for the day. Meanwhile, WWR holding. It's dipping down a little bit, but it's holding 615. I think WWR is going to dip. I think we're getting ready for a rip on WWR right here. So really, ideally, if I would have been super patient and wouldn't have scaled in so much on WWR, this would have been a good spot to enter at like 615. You could buy it like 615, 620, and then risk $6. Risk red to green would be a perfect risk. It's a whole dollar number. It's the red to green line. You know, you're only risking 20 cents on a $6 stock, so it's a small percentage that you're risking. So this would be an ideal setup right now. But I'm always early on everything. So I was early yesterday buying, you know, so now I got a shitty average of 675. But if this thing works out the way that I think it's going to work out, we should get a bounce. When it starts bouncing, we should get a bounce for a couple days at least. I'm thinking up to like, maybe $8, $9. Maybe even 10, who knows? I mean, VVPR, when it started to bounce, it bounced for a first green day, and then we'll get VVPR on the daily real quick. I mean, we're buying this dip right here, and it had its first green day, and then it consolidated for 2 days, and then it really came back, So I'm trying to practice patience and really, really, see the bigger picture on the WWR play. OCX is over 2, breaking high day right now at like 206, but volume's coming in a little bit. OCX, it's breaking high a day. We'll just keep it on radar and watch it. So it dipped down to the 190s, 180s, and then now it's popping a little bit. Yes, Matt's already on it. He's like OCX. So I don't have too much faith in OCX. I'll just watch it. Looks like Tim Sykes says PASO, panic and bounce. I missed it too quick. So that's like 0.04 cents. I usually don't trade those that are that cheap. I like cheap stocks, but not that cheap. So we got... Okay, so we're going to have a resume. MDRR is going to resume any second now. So right now, this is the top watch for a day trade today. Looks like. Look at that spike from 2 all the way to 270. Nice. That's got some range in it. That's what we're looking for. It's got range. It's got volume. Look at this daily chart. What's that daily look like? Look at that. Wants to get out. It gets over. Man, this thing gets over the pre-market highs. Gets over 3. It's gonna go to 4. So I might try to buy a pullback on this. So I'm going to get an order ready. And it's open. We're up to 3. I'm not going to chase this spike up at 3. But I will look to buy a pullback. Damn, this thing is just going. I'm not going to buy it yet. 280s, 280s. Okay, I took a partial position at 281. And then I'm going to add down here in the 260s. What did I get? I got it at 254. So I got some at 280, 254. Now we'll just wait for the bounce. And there goes WWR. Up to the 630s. Now, see, it dipped and it held, and now it's starting to rip. I'm going to pump it a little bit. WWR holding green with a dip and starting to rip. All right, so we got MDRR pulling back more. No, don't pull back more. Bounce for me. Kind of want to buy some more right here. I should have been a little bit more patient with this, with my first entry. That's why I only took I took small size up here at 280s. And then now I added up here in the 250s. So we'll see if we can get a test of the highs, of the intraday highs again. I'll probably risk the low of this candle, which is 245. So now we're starting to bounce a little bit. Come on, let's go. So my average now is 267. So I'm like even on the trade right now. 270, 275. So I sold a little bit at 274. It's probably going to have another pullback before it really goes. So I sold my initial shares that my first entry up at 280. So I took a small loss on those. So now my average is 256 now. So now we'll just let this go. I'm still going to risk 245. Making some money on it now. I'm going to sell some more here at 290. Look at that. Look at that. There she goes. Boom. Sell some more here. Got some more out right there in the 320s. Fuck yes. Hell yes. All right, I'm going to hold the rest of these. Nice squeeze. Woo! That was fun. That felt good. That woke me. That was better than a fucking. Oh man, that was better. That was better than a snort of cocaine. Not that I would know how that feels, but look at that, the 330. So now what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look to add to my position. So I'm going to let it spike. We'll let it pull back to 3. We'll see how it holds between 280 and 3. See what it does. I got to sell a little bit more. All right, I sold some more up at 340. I got it at 335. Excuse me. 335, sold some more at 335. Now we're going to look and see how it holds 3. So I'm going to add some shares back. I'm going to just put an order at 3. Buy. So I got an order at 303 right now. Woo, that was a nice spike. I don't know where Henry's at this morning. I texted him. He didn't reply, so I'm sure he probably, well, he may not even be trading this morning. I don't know. I haven't heard from him at all. But he probably would have bought into this first initial 2 minutes where I said I'm not going to chase it. He probably would have bought into that. Look at that. Man, it pulled back to like 315. Now we're going to get a pullback. See if there's any shares to short. Ooh, there is. Nope, there's not. Yep, no shares. Rejected. That's okay. I don't really think I really want to short this anyways. I mean, ideally, if I could short it, I'd probably short right up here at 340 and then cover right back at 3. But this could easily, look at that. And I'd be completely and totally early and wrong. WWR pulling back a little bit to the 620s. I don't know if I'm going to be able, I don't know if I'm going to get an ad. Yeah, I probably will. Because it's looking kind of toppy right here. Look at this. It's looking toppy. It's looking real, you know. I mean, it tried to squeeze up over 367. I mean, it's up almost. How much is it up right now? Let me. MDRR. MDRR. It is up 204% right now. So, the fact that it's up 204% makes me think it's going to go higher. Right? Because the ones that are up the most, they usually keep going. Look at that. We're up to 360. Up to the 350s. It's looking toppy up here. We're gonna get a yank here real quick. Could be wrong. Fire. Up to the 360s. Wow. I mean, I could take the rest of my profits up here, but I'm not going to. I'm hoping that this spike holds and that we get that it runs for a few hours this morning. That's what I'm praying for. Damn, 360s. I think it's gonna roll over here soon. I think it's rolling over here pretty quick. Every time I say that, it holds and then keeps going higher. All right, well, I'll keep going higher, I guess. It's gonna there. Now it's cracking 350. There we go. Now we're getting a dump. So I need to find my spot to add. I tried to get in at 303. I should have got in at 315 or something on that first pullback, but don't want to add here in the 330s. No, I'll be more patient. I'll wait. 340s. I'm gonna try to take some. Damn it! I should have just got in it. I can't believe I'm adding it close to 350. I just added at 343. That was a terrible ad. Terrible ad. So now my new average is 303. And it's probably going to, I mean, I was afraid, like this pullback, it just started getting bought up. So I was afraid that it was going to rip again. But I got a small position now. So if it pulls back to 3, I'm going to add some more. That was a FOMO ad. That was definitely a FOMO ad. But, I mean, it's getting bought up over 325. We'll just wait. See what happens. All right, there it goes. A little bit. Getting bought up over 350 again. We can get another squeeze to 4. I mean, it should have some resistance at 4. I mean, that's a whole dollar number. Plus, if you look at this daily chart. Granted, this is the most volume this stock has ever had. It's IPO'd back in 2019, so the stock hasn't been around that long. So this thing could end up being a multi-day runner. I mean, it does have resistance at 4, but I mean, it's never had any days where it's had any real consistent volume. So this thing may just continue to go and go and go. We don't know. Now we're back up over 3. There's up the 370s. And we're going to 4. So I guess my ad, I felt like it was a FOMO ad because I felt like I was adding too early, but because I felt like it was going to pull back more closer to 3. And it still might. Maybe I should watch a 5-minute chart. We'll watch the 5-minute chart for a minute. All green candles on the 5-minute chart so far. So it hit 4. So I got a 303 average, which is a pretty good average. Hopefully it doesn't dump all the way down to 303. I'm hoping it can hold its gains God, I would love to be in this thing for a swing trade for it to run to tomorrow. So hopefully it can hold its gains. And now we're going to, nope, rejected by 4. Rejected by 4. So a lot of people in Sykes' room are trading HALB. I haven't looked at that one. MDRR. I don't know why so many people are talking about HALB. I mean, fucking MDRR. They're talking about HALB is a beast. I mean, how are they not? Well, it's up to 7 cents. Second green day. HALB. Yeah, I'm not nearly as interested in that one as I am this one. MDRR. So, let's see. I didn't even look at their news yet. Diversified RET shares up 173%. Oh, that's the circuit halt. It doesn't really look like they have. I mean, yesterday, I guess, they had a press release. Diversified REIT announces series of preferred stock cash dividend. And then it gapped up this morning, and it was on the 35 stocks moving on Wednesday's pre-market session. So, well, I mean, sometimes it doesn't even matter if, I mean, some of these companies, they could put out a press release that they, I don't know. Look at that. We're over 4 now. Damn. I still haven't sold. Still in it. I'm going to hold it. I mean, I got a small position now. I don't have much left. It's like, how far do I want to let this thing go before I sell it? Yeah, sometimes, I mean, some of these companies, I mean, they could put out a press release that they move to a new location or change the carpet in their place. And if the market grabs hold of it and it's got a low float and it gets attention and gets volume like this one is getting, I mean, it doesn't matter what the catalyst is. I mean, most of the time I don't even give a shit about the catalyst. I mean, I'll read it and see what it's about, which kind of gives me an idea. So in the future, when I see, a certain catalyst that, oh, okay, this kind of catalyst can really propel a stock. But I've been taught by, I mean, every guru that I know or that I was trained by, that I learned from, they've always preached that price action is king. So when I first started trading, there was times whenever I tried to trade a catalyst, I'd see a catalyst and I'd be like, oh my God, this seems like amazing news. And then the stock would go the other direction. I was like, what the fuck? Why is it going the other direction? All right, it looks like it's getting kind of stuffy up here in the 420s, but then I said that at 450. So, and we've still got all green candles on the 5-minute chart. And we're going higher. Jesus. Where do I sell at? When do I sell? Do I just sell now? I should maybe sell now. I feel like I need to wait till it pulls back, and we'll see how it holds its gains, and then figure out where I'm going to sell. But I get sad watching the thing squeeze and not taking my profits. Jesus. 450. Look at that. Meanwhile, WWR is shitting the fucking bed. Well, not shitting the bed, but it's not doing much. Sad, but true. Let's see here. And we're going to 5. I think it just got halted again. Dude, WWR, play of the day. Or MDRR. Damn, look at that. God, I got to take some off. How can I not take some off up here at 5? I got to take some off. I can't not. I feel stupid not taking profits. Okay, I sold half right there at 5. Right before the halt. Right before the halt. So I sold my shares that I had from 250. So now my average is 347. Damn, what a trade. Thank you, Matt. Matt says, sell half, bitch. Thank you. I needed someone to tell me to do that. So it's not halted. I thought it was halted. Is it halted? Dude, MDRR. Halted. I remember earlier I was like, oh, I could short at 350 and then get the pullback at $3. That would have been painful. But also, if I would have shorted at 350 or 340, as soon as it broke that high on the 1 minute chart, I would have been cutting that fucking loss super quick. So even though that trade idea was wrong, so I was thinking that this was toppy. It was looking toppy right here in the 340s, 350s. If I would have shorted that on this pullback, when this thing didn't continue to break down, that's why I got in. Because whenever it pulled back and it didn't continue to go, I was like, all right, I think this is just going to have a micro pullback and then it's going to squeeze some more. So if I would have been short, I would have covered that real quick when it didn't continue to go down. I wouldn't have stuck around and let myself get fucking squeezed out like that. Fuck no. And I know that because I've done it in the past and it doesn't end well. MDRR in at 330 out of 350, in at 405 out of 495. That's what someone else said. Okay, so yes, that was, if I do nothing else the rest of the day, this is pretty much the play of the day right here, MDRR. Hit the high day scanner. So for me, when trade ideas, when I know a stock is really moving, you'll see it hits my high day scanner, and it'll hit it multiple times. Bing, 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 bing. It'll just keep going. Bah, 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 bah. You'll just keep seeing the name over and over and over. I'm like, oh shit, got to pay attention to that one. But when they only hit it like one time, that means it's really not squeezing that hard. So now I'm going to wait for another pullback. So I sold half. My average is now 350. I'm going to wait for this thing to squeeze out. I'm going to let it pull back, and I'm going to try to add more shares back in. And fucking WWR, you son of a bitch. Going fucking red on me. It's testing 6 now. WWR. WWR, you pain in the ass. How are you not bouncing at 6? Killing me. I've seen this set up 1,000 times. That's why, you know what? It just goes to show nothing is guaranteed in the market. It doesn't matter if you've seen a setup 1,000 times or not, and it's worked a fucking 999 times. Nothing is 100%. What? We do not find shares available of this security. And the wrong. I'm getting ready to put a sell order for WWR because it's being a pain in the ass. Because the WWR doesn't hold 6 and doesn't hold green, I'm going to get out. Why is it telling me? Oh, I'm in the wrong account. That's why. So let's see here. All right, so it's bouncing off $6 right now. So hopefully it can hold 6. And MDRR is now halted. Gonna resume. Less is more. That's for fucking sure, man. Pick the best quality setups. You don't gotta trade everything. I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak. And it's squeezed up to 6. Shit. WWR holding 6, thank God. For now, anyways. And we're up to 6. So, I'm praying. I'm hoping. So, if I look at the daily chart on this, this thing IPO'd back in 2019. Looks like at, well, no. Is that 20? So it IPO'd maybe at the end of 2018, It IPO'd, and it really has never had a day. It's just sold off from the IPO. And today's the first day that it's ever had any real significant volume. So I'm just wondering how this thing is gonna, if it can hold its gains. Damn, thank God I added at 347. Now it's pulling back. So we need to wait for it to find a base, and we'll see if we can add some shares back. Oh, come on, WWRs. Don't go red on me. This son of a bitch. All right, so now we're getting a nasty or huge pullback, which to be expected. I'm going to buy some more MDR. Missed it. Tried to get it at 480. All right, I got some at 480. I added on this pullback. So now my new average is 413. I might add some more down at 4. We'll see if it pulls back to VWAP or not. So since this thing's IPO, this is fucking WWR. All right. So I'm going to cover some shares or sell some shares on WWR. This fucker is not, it's going red on me. You got to be kidding me. All right, I sold some shares. Not all of them, but I sold some of this WWR. That is annoying as fuck. That is so annoying. But what do you do? I know you're going to bounce one day, sir. I know WWR is going to bounce. Okay, so we're down to the 430s. It looks like is it halted on the way down? I think it is halted. It's halted again. Yep, it's halted. So we'll see how MDRR acts around $4. So hopefully it can hold this VWAP and start to grind and churn and put in those higher lows. IDXG broke VWAP. So we'll look at that one while we're waiting for MDRR to open up. IDXG. Oh shit. One other thing is I might have to cut this live stream. Abruptly because I got furniture being delivered to my business here this morning. So the shipping company is going to be calling me here between 9 and 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, wow, yeah, IDXG, look at that. Nice break of the pre-market high, or nice break of the high day. It's over VWAP. Definitely IDXG. Nice, thanks, Matt. IDXG definitely on the radar. For sure. I'm going to put that one on my main chart, IDXG. And we're over 5 now. IDXG has a float of 4 million. So relatively low float. But IDXG is going to have a lot more resistance on the daily chart than MDRR because IDXG has been around. IDXG is a former runner. It has had times where it ran. I've traded it multiple times in the past. If I remember correctly, I think they're in like the surgical field. medical equipment, if I remember correctly. Let me look real quick. Interspace Bioscience provides molecular diagnostic tests, pathology services, and cancer risk. Company offers Pancare Gen and pancreatic cyst of pancreatic solid lesion genomic test that helps physicians better assess risk of pancreatobiliary cancers. So they provide tests. So yes, it is like in the medical instrument field. So they're a medical instrument manufacturer. And it's going. I'm not going to buy it right now. We'll just watch it. Look at it. It looks like it wants to break the pre-market highs. It's getting over 5 now. Look at that. So, you know what this makes me think of? So they make stuff like medical equipment for cancer. OCX. They had some cancer news. So I'm wondering if OCX will start popping off or turn around. So OCX down in the 180s. I'm wondering if OCX will start turning around because of IDXG. So it looks like it's starting to curl a little bit. I think I'm going to buy some OCX now because it's starting to curl, so it could be a sympathy play to IDXG. So I'm going to buy some of that right now. I bought some at 183. So it looks like it found some support at 175, and it's starting to curl. So OCX, they are in vitro diagnostic substance manufacturing. So they engage in development and commercialization of non-invasive blood-based diagnostic tests for early detection of cancer. So both these companies, IDXG and OCX, are kind of in that medical field. So that's why I'm wondering if now that IDXG is getting some play. All right, hey, look. So now we got, it's open. I'm going to add some more. MDRR is open. I added some more just over VWAP. I added some at 425. So now we'll see if we can get a bounce. My new average is 417 now. So I could put a stop loss in at my I'm going to put a stop loss in at 475 for OCX. Or 474 actually. Hopefully it gets some attention. And WWR back over 6. Just struggling to stay green on the day. IDXG with a pullback. And it looks like MDRR is going to maybe dump a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to cut the trade just yet, because even though MDRR is still pulling back, it looks like it's getting bought up. I kind of have some faith in MDRR because it's the first time it's ever had any real volume. Why is my thinkorswim being... There we go. So look at this pullback here. Down to 440s. Pulls back almost $2 a share. This thing's volatile. It's awesome. IDXG looks like that was a good spot to buy at 475 on that little pullback. And I think we're going to get a bounce on MDRR. So I'm probably going to sell some over 5. Come on, internet. Let's go. Maybe I won't sell some over 5. We're not going to bounce. My internet's being... There we go. Maybe not. Come on. There we go. I don't know why my internet's being so slow. There we go. MDRR. So MDRR is going sideways a little bit, consolidating. Makes me want to add more. It's about to touch VWAP. To add or to not add? I think I'm going to add some more down here. And I missed it. I got it at 413. Got some more at 413 at VWAP. And I do want to add more. I'm going to admit it. I am going to add some more. Added some more at 415. Get some sell orders ready. Let's see here. My worst entry was at 425, 480. So I'm going to sell those shares. If it gets anywhere near 5, then I'll sell. All right. So now it's pulling back some more. Maybe I went back to the well too much. But it should hold 4, I would think. And IDXG, look at that. Over 5, breaking the pre-market highs. Okay, I bought some more. 402. Bought some more at 402. And that trade idea with OCX looks like that was a bad idea. So I got my risk at 174. Looks like that's about to take me out. I was thinking it might move in sympathy with IDXG. That was the idea, but it's not. But that's okay. MDRR. I'm almost certain, which I shouldn't be certain, that this is going to have a bounce off this VWAP. You know, it might not make it back to 6, but I think it could at least make it to 5. That's why I keep adding. Look at that. IDXG squeezing to 550 now. Over those pre-market highs. Go, go, go. I like it. Okay, OCX just took me out. Now we're going down to 390, testing VWAP some more. Come on, MDRR. Don't just spike one day and then just give it all up. Why do you find the good setups when I have no more trades available? That sucks. Short neat. Yeah, I did try to milk the goat one more time. I'm still trying to milk the goat. I keep adding. I'm going to look at neat. Is it a multi-day runner? Neat. Yeah, neat. Ooh, yeah. Well, first green day. I mean, this spike will probably fail. It's probably not a bad short idea. Not enough meat on the bone, though. I'll leave it alone. I think that neat probably will fail, but I think everything's going to fail. Except MDRR. Look at that sell-off. Look at that. You know this is going to bounce. It has to bounce. Doesn't have to, but I feel like it's going to. I mean, how can it not? It's right at VWAP. I got to add some more. Okay, I need to quit adding. I've got too many shares now. Wow. Let's get a bounce. MDRR. I mean, it's right at VWAP. So, I mean, you could buy it here and not risk hardly anything. You could buy it here and just risk the low. You know, risk like 374. You could risk like 15, 20 cents or something. And IDXG rejected by 550. It's pulling back. It's getting bought up though. IDXG wants to go. Come on, let's get a bounce, MDRR. There we go. Back over 4. I mean, I would think that every other trader watching MDRR is thinking the same thing as me. It has this big giant squeeze, then this pullback to VWAP, and that traders are going to start buying it. But it's consolidating. IDXG pulling back to 5. Kind of want to buy it here at 5. The whole dollar number. I'm not going to though. Although I'm really tempted to buy it. Oh, I want to buy IDXG. I might have to. While MDRR is consolidating. There's the 490s. $4.95. All right, I bought it. I got it at $4.98. IDXG just bought the pullback. So hopefully see this trend right here that we have going. Hopefully this trend stays intact and we can get a bounce. My goal would be like 550. You know, I'll probably start selling it like 530 if it goes there. So bought this while we're waiting for MDRR to bounce. There we go. Starting to bounce a little bit on IDXG. I'm going to try to not sell anything until at least 520. $504, $505. So IDXG starting to bounce a little bit. And now it's giving it up. Sort of. Come on. Looks like it's going to have more downside. Damn it. I'm not going to cut it just yet. I'll just wait for a minute. IDXG going to be a one and done? All right, look at that. We're starting to bounce on MDRR. All right, I'm getting out of IDXG. I should risk this. I shouldn't cut it. I shouldn't sell into this weakness. Need to risk VWAP. I hate selling into weakness. MDRR will. So I'm going to let IDXG go against me a little bit. There we go. MDRR starting to bounce some. Come on, IDXG. Let's go. Keep going. Let's bounce. Starting to come back a little bit in the 490s. We're up to 420 on MDRR. Nope. Yeah, maybe I should have sold there at 420. It's not looking like it wants to bounce, so I'm going to have to risk the 470s or the 370s. And that's disappointing. 360s, jeez. MDRR. Come on, seriously? No bounce? That's sad. Wait a little bit longer, see what happens. And it's just giving it up. And Henry wonders why I always want to short all these spikes. So IDXG looks like it's finding some support, maybe. That's what I thought about MDRR. Looks like it's finding support in the 480s. See, I could have just took my easy profits, sold into that squeeze towards 6, the rest of it, and just been done with it. You know what I mean? Already made a killer fucking profit on the day and then just move on about with my day. But no, I got to fucking get cute, buy the fucking pullbacks, add like a maniac, because I'm so desperate that this thing is going to become a multi-day runner. You know, I want it to be a multi-day runner. I want it to hold up. I want it to fucking keep squeezing, go day 2, day 3. This is why I like to take my profits so fast. Because you don't know what these motherfuckers are going to do. I mean, you don't know which ones are going to become multi-day runners and which ones are going to squeeze out and go to fucking $50. IDXG, I'm losing in faith quick. So I got to throw the stop loss in at 379 on IDXG. I can't give it any more. There we go. It's starting to bounce. IDXG is starting to bounce a little bit. Tiny bit. So I got to put this stop loss in at 379. If it can't hold, maybe 378. I mean, I could get out for roughly break even right now. So IDXG starting to bounce a little bit. Okay, I got the stop loss up. Hit my stop loss. I'm out. 478 IDXG. So 8 a loss on that one. So that cut into some of my profits. And MDRR. We'll go back to that one. I do have a little bit more faith in MDRR in a bounce than I do IDXG, because most of the time IDXG it just fails after it spikes. I mean, look at this daily chart.
IPO is now trading.
Oh, that doesn't. I mean, it's been selling off for a long time. Yeah, IDXG. Wow, it's gotten crushed. See, every spike gets sold off into. Look at this daily chart. Every spike, spike, fail, spike, fail. So you can't have too much faith in them. You need massive volume to get through all that resistance. Woo, look at that. I'm glad I got out. Shit. It's really shit in the bed now. It's okay to be wrong, just not okay to be really wrong. So now we're back to the 360s, just under VWAP on MDRR. Can we get a bounce now? And I can't fucking believe this. WWR is fucking red on the day, down to the 580s. This son of a bitch. And I'm officially bag holding on WWR. Officially. I haven't bag held a stock in a long time. Man. I refuse to sell into this weakness, though. I gotta wait for a bounce. And I kind of want to take more shares on MDRR. David Rude. Hello.
Yeah, this is Dave with Panama Transfer.
Oh, okay. You guys are. How far away are you?
My GPS says I'll be there right at 11 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. So an hour and a half. I'll see you there.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yep. Bye bye. Sweet. Shipping is not going to be here for an hour and a half, so I got plenty of time. Nice. And I got faith in WWR, so I'm going to add one last time. Might be a bad idea. There we go. And as soon as I add it, goes down to the 350s. Jesus. All right. Well, my average is 4 now. So now I'm going to have to just basically wait for a little rebound to get out into, hopefully break even on the rest of these shares. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how to fucking fuck up a good trade. Getting too greedy, going back to the well too many times. I wanted this to be a multi-day runner so bad. Man, look at this spike and this fucking just sell-off. Jeez. That's an epic short. That's an epic long. Should have been selling up at 6, the last of it. Been happy with that. But I guess it's our human nature to always want more, huh? We always want more, don't we? More. Can't be happy with, just got to be happy with the market gives you. And the market gave me fucking over 100% runner, and I didn't want to take it all. So naughty. So we got is okay. So now we're just waiting. Waiting. Did anybody else take the MDRR trade? Anybody catch some of that? Anybody? 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 So look at that. Volume coming in. Just to review the trade. So initial spike. The initial spike, I didn't want to chase it. And then I waited for this little pullback. So it hit 3. Let's look at the, yeah, we're looking at the one. And then when it pulled back, that's when I got in. I got in at like 280 and at 250s. And then look at that, off to the races, man. Golly, what a great long. Jeez. Buying's in at 403. Buying, I mean, this thing might put in a pretty decent bounce. I mean, it hasn't come yet. I have a real hard time believing that this thing, I mean, it's selling off, and that sucks. But I have a hard time believing that this thing is just going to go straight up and then just straight down and never have any kind of bounce. I mean, as hot as this thing was and as many people that missed out on this spike, I mean, today look at this volume. It's done more volume today than it's ever done in its whole history. You know? I mean, that'll be sad if it just sells off all day long and doesn't do shit. I mean, I would like to think it's going to get a bounce. Did anybody catch the front side of that with me? No? And OCX down to 169. Glad I cut that. IDXG down to the 430s. Looking like it might bounce. See what they're talking about in chat. WWR hanging around $6 in the 590s. The cool thing that if you're bag holding WWR like I am right now, the cool thing about it right now is that it's sold off so much that you're not going to see real big dramatic moves with it, barring some crazy press release that put out shitty news. I still think WWR is going to bounce. I just feel like my timing is off with it. So that's partially why I'm bag holding it. And because I don't want to take the loss, because I feel like it's going to bounce, and I feel like actually I could still make profit on it. All right, so now maybe MDRR is finally starting to. So it looks like it's starting to curl a little bit here. Let's see if we can get back up to 4. Let's see if it can get back to 4, get over 4, maybe see if we can consolidate over 4. If we get some consolidation over 4, if it gets back over this VWAP, gets back over 4 and starts consolidating a little bit, that'll be a healthy sign that it can go back towards the highs. So now we're just waiting for it. Meanwhile, look at some of the others. Okay, OCX. Just need to take that one off my charts. Wow, Tesla hit 460 today. Nice. MDGS selling off. PIX fucking squeezed up to 960. God, PIX reminds me of a pump chart, where they just slowly, gradually just keep going higher and higher and higher. And then one day the bottom just falls out. So weird. And we're back over 6 on WWR. So that's positive. Yay. WWR. You're over 6. Congratulations. Or you're at 6. MDRR 345. Where are my buyers at on MDRR? Oh, I got my book here. I didn't read my daily quote yet. So let's read that while we're waiting. October 14th. See what it says today. It says, if you're going to change your life, you need to start immediately. And you need to do it flamboyantly. I do? Why do you have to do it flamboyantly? William James said that. Who's William James? I don't know who that is. Find something you can do today that will get you started towards achieving your goals, even if it seems very small. Don't put it off. Take action now. Do something today. The moral of the story is take action. Don't lay in the bed and fucking do nothing. I like tomorrow's better. I like tomorrow's way better. Never go to sleep immediately after watching the nightly news. Instead, go to sleep after filling your mind with positive, thankful thoughts. This will assure a pleasant night's sleep, and you awake much more rested and in a better frame of mind. Yeah, I like that one way better because, or like, let's say, you ever hear that saying, let's sleep on it. That is actually a very, very, very true saying because I read this book. I think it's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. So it's all about like how your subconscious mind works. Like you have your frontal lobe that is your conscious mind, that's what makes, like when you're awake and you're making decisions and whatnot. Your subconscious mind is what controls all your involuntary actions, like you don't have to tell yourself blink your eyes, pump your heart, or if you get a cut, it starts to heal. Your subconscious mind controls all of those involuntary actions. So your subconscious mind is always working and it's much more perceptive than your conscious mind. So like say that you have like an issue or a problem, they say that when you go to bed, that if you think about that issue or that problem, that whenever you go to sleep, your subconscious mind will actually work on ways to solve that. That's why sometimes when you wake up in the morning or say in the middle of the night, take a piss or something, you might just have an epiphany and you might, oh, why didn't I think of that? Like you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, wow, okay, that's a solution. Oh, why didn't I think of that yesterday? And that's because your subconscious mind was like working on it while you were sleeping. So whatever you input in your brain, like before you go to sleep, this says, fill your mind with positive, thankful thoughts. That's why a lot of people will say to before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, another idea is to read like say you have like say at the beginning of the year you have you have goals that you want to accomplish for the entire year. Like say in the stock market, you say, I want to make by the end of 2018 or by the end of 2020, I want to have made $50,000 in the stock market. That's my goal. So every single day before you go to bed, if you read that goal, and they say that you should say it in a way that you don't say, I want it. You say it in a way like you already have it. I've earned $50,000 in the stock market by the end of 2020. And if you say that to yourself and think about it and resonate on it and try to add some belief and some emotion into it, that when you go to bed, that your mind is gearing towards trying to figure out how to do that, how to make that happen, how to manifest that in your life. So when you wake up, you're already kind of like on autopilot where you're, in other words, it's not as difficult to motivate yourself to do things, and you're kind of already just naturally just going to try to do things to achieve that goal without even really thinking about it with your conscious mind. Anyways, I'm going down a rabbit hole a little bit here. Henry said he's on the live stream? Really? Oh, I didn't see it. I wonder. Let's see, did he send? Oh, looks like he did hit some MD. He looks like he texted a bunch of times. Boom, he says, boom, I nailed MDRR, bought the dip at the open at 225. So he bought this first dip. So let's look at that real quick. So yeah, so this squeezed up. He bought this little micro pullback right here. I waited till it squeezed more. And then I hopped in. I got in after the halt when it pulled back in the 280s and 290s. He says he bought the dip at the open, in at 225, sold half at 350. Sold some at 450, and he has 50 shares left holding to C. So, yeah, hopefully it can become a multi-day runner. Yeah, I'm holding the C too. Except I fucking piled in a bunch more at 4. I could have, dude, I would have, that's why nothing's a guarantee, man. I was thinking this 4 was going to hold. It held for a second. Look at it. People started buying it, and then boom. Sellers just stepped in and were like, get the fuck down. And WWR is trying to go back green on the day. Yay. I wonder if Henry still has his WWR. He bought some of that too. So nice work, Henry. I figured he's at work. He's on his phone. He's got a lot of sales. MDRR. So good job, Henry. Nice trade, man. Does not surprise me that you got in with the you caught that one. All right, so MDRR. Every time I think it's starting to curl and go up, it gets rejected. But I mean, it's putting a nice little half pipe here, and there it goes, rejected again. Bummer. So locked in over 1,000 on the day on this trade, and I really don't want to give it back because it's not bouncing. But it looks like it's trying to. Look at that. We're getting a bid over 335. Should have been more patient with my ads. This would have been a much better spot to add if I was going to add. And now WWR is green on the day. It's over 6 now. Let's go WWR. All right. We're in the 360s now. I'm starting to get excited. I just looked at my text, Henry. Brian, don't look at your text. You know, my phone has been on silent. And, you know, I'm pretty bad about... I leave my phone on silent a lot. And I don't see a lot of stuff. A lot of people be texting or calling me, and I just look at... You know what? I hate being so attached to my phone all the time. I don't like it. It bothers me. Like, my wife is constantly staring at her phone. Like, it never ends. Like, she's always... Like, I'll take her phone from her. Like, say we're, like, out... It's a nice day. We're on a family walk. I'm walking with her and my 2 kids. And she's just staring at her phone. And there's beautiful weather out. I will take her phone away from her and put it in my pocket. And I'll say, family time, bitch. Okay? You get to hang out with us. I was like, because I'm busy as fuck all the time. I have shit going on constantly. Like, I'm running a business. I'm trading stocks. You know, I got kids, you know. So I'm like I always have shit to do. All day long, every day. I'm up early, I go to bed late. I'm always fucking doing things. I've always got something going on. I got a lot of responsibility. So, yeah. And I guess part of the reason why I don't like looking at my phone that much is just because, you know, people are always calling me for solutions. People always have issues or problems or they need something. So I don't really look at my phone till I'm ready to deal with other people's issues, you know. I mean, pretty much most people when they're calling me, they need something or they want me to fix something or they have some problem that they want me to solve. Barring Henry and Matt, they're always sending price alerts. Matt's usually sending some fucking silly meme. Look at that. WWR. I have faith in you, WWR. You piece of shit. Squeeze. Cocksucker. And we're up to the 370s now. Now everything's starting to bounce a little bit. Gee, what a surprise. It's almost 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stocks like to bounce at that time. So good for WWR. Now if you can just keep it up. Keep going. And I hope, I pray that MDRR don't get rejected right here. Come on, don't get rejected, please. Please, don't get rejected. Get over 4. Go to 450. You know? Look how pretty that chart is. Isn't that a pretty, pretty, pretty chart? Look at that squeeze. Look at that. So beautiful. Just a squeeze. A nice, nice, beautiful squeeze. And look at the sell-off. Looks graceful, doesn't it? Now if we can just continue. We don't want a disruption in this flow. See, look at it. Get this nice curvature. Now it's going to roll up. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, keep going. $4. Here we come. Here we come. Come on, you piece of shit. It's going to get rejected by 4. Don't do it. Oh. Get over VWAP and stay over it. Let's get some consolidation. Where are my buyers at? Damn it. There they come. There they come. Come on, you fucks. Come on. No, no, no. All right, we'll wait. Just because it didn't happen when I wanted it to doesn't mean it's not going to happen. All right, I must sell a little bit right there. I sold a little bit at 387. I may add some more. I might add, if it dips a little more back to the 350s, I may add some shares back. That's why I sold, because it looked like it was going to get rejected, but I can add the shares back. Let's see if I can add at 370. There's the 360s. Buy. Got some at 363 and 366. See what Tim Sykes says. He says, sad coronavirus news out of Italy. What happened there? Italy records 7,332 new coronavirus cases on Wednesday. Its highest ever daily tally. Damn, that does suck. Why is he sharing that? We don't want to hear that. That's no bueno. Well, I'm glad I cut the IDXG. It's down to 418 now. I'm still a believer in MDRR. I am. I bought some more at 360. I'm hoping that this is going to be a higher low. So we'll see if it works. Sold some up at 387, then I added some shares back here in the 360s. So we'll see if it works. I mean, I kind of believe in MDRR. That daily chart does it for me a little bit. I mean, even though it's gotten the shit kicked out of it, but since it's IPO'd, I mean, it's never had volume like this. It's never had volume like this. And I'm sure all these bag holders are just selling into this, but it's got a low float. It's bouncing off its lows. And I'm really excited that WWR is back green on the day. So I'm getting sell orders ready. Picking specific lots. Kind of wanting to add shares back on this dip on WWR. 615. It's green on the day. First green day. All right. I added some shares back on WWR on this little pullback. So, I mean, it's green on the day, so we'll see if it can keep going. In the meantime, MDRR it's starting to look like a higher low. Could it be? Could it be a higher low? Please, let it be. So hopefully we can get back over 4. God, it'd be so awesome to get a squeeze to 5. That would have wet my whistle. I'll hold WWR 4 days. Poor Matt, I feel bad. I forgot to tell you, I traded CEI. It was long from 90 cents and sold it at 117 yesterday. Oh, I want to say thank you because you mentioned CEI. Oh, no problem. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't overstay with that one because CEI has a bad habit of not holding its gains. There's a really bad habit of not holding its gains. So I'm glad you didn't overstay there. But that's a good percentage gain. You know, you buy at 90 and sell at 117. That's 27 cents on a $1 stock. That's a fantastic percentage gain. Okay. It's looking like a higher low. I think we're going to get over 4 soon. At least I'm hoping. Okay. VWAP didn't act like very much support on the pullback, so I'm praying that it's not going to act like resistance now that it's going up some. Fucking VWAP. You overrated fucking indicator. So my new cost basis now with MDRR is $391. Come on. Let's get up to that 4 ball. You can do it. Nope. Rejected. Sad sauce. I might have to just put the stop loss in at the low of this pullback in the 330s. And then, because I got to go to work here in a little while. Wow. Ross from Warrior Trading up 45,000 this morning on the MDRR squeeze. Damn. Holy shit, that dude made 45,000. Damn. See, he's good at just taking his profits and getting the hell out and then forgetting about it the rest of the day. I'll give Ross that. I mean, there's a lot of other traders, that gurus and stuff, that kind of talk shit about Ross because they say that he basically, what they say is that he'll sell into his subscribers. Like, he'll alert a stock, and then all his people that follow him, they all buy the stock, and that he just sells into them. But with this kind of volume that this stock is doing today, it's not going to push the stock like that. You know, like just his followers aren't going to be able to push the stock like this. So that's partially bullshit. I mean, I do notice that sometimes whenever Sykes buys I don't know if any of you guys are Sykes students, but they are, when he buys stocks, if he buys like a stock that has no volume whatsoever, it's like not doing shit, and he buy it, you'll see an instant, right after he pulls out his buy alert, you'll see an instant pop in it, that it'll immediately pop like 5 or 10 cents. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get over 4. Ah, you fucker. There we go. There we go. Fuck yes. You guys like that? All right, I got some out at 409. 417. Now we're going. Look at that. Now we're going. Now we're cooking. Boom. Sold some more in the 420s. All right. I'm going to hold the rest of my shares. God, I'd love to see this get to 5. I'm going to try to be patient with it. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. All right, I sold some more. I sold some more at 413. Kind of a shitty execution, but that's okay. I'm going to hold the rest of these. This is a nice curl, though. It's curling up. I'm probably selling too early, honestly. I mean, it's probably going to 5. We'll see how it reacts. We'll see if it pulls back to VWAP, and we'll see if it can consolidate over VWAP a little bit. But the way this thing, when it gets volume, I mean, fuck, look at it earlier. Because, you know, look at the volume coming in a little bit. Look at that volume spike. But now we're moving into midday a little bit, so it's not going to have the same juice that it had earlier. But if it can consolidate over VWAP and hold and continue putting these higher lows, I mean, that's going to look fantastic for later today and potentially tomorrow. Come on. There's the 420s rejected. Starting to curl up a little bit. Okay, now it's pulling back some. I think I'm going to try to add some shares here at VWAP and maybe the 380s. Okay, I got some at 4. I got some at 4 on this little pullback at 4. My new average is now 381. So now if I were to put, I'm going to have to go to work here in a little bit. So if I was going to walk away right now, I would just put my stop loss in at my entry so I don't lose on it, which is 381, so it's just below VWAP. I hate to put it just below VWAP because sometimes they just dip below VWAP and then they come back. You know, I'm trying to keep my stop losses a little bit wider because there's so many times where I have the right idea, I just execute poorly because I keep the stop loss too tight. Which means if you're going to loosen up if you're going to widen your stop loss, then you got to take a smaller share size. So like right now I have 1,000 shares, which is not that many, it's not very big size for me anyways. But this thing's so volatile that 1,000 shares can make you a lot of money if this thing starts squeezing and breaking out and fucking doing all kinds of crazy shit in after hours and tomorrow. You know, 1,000 shares can make you... Hell, I bought Kodak at 11 on day one when I had that big run. I bought Kodak at like 11 or 12. I can't remember. 11 or 12. Sold at like 13.50 like 5 minutes later. And I had 1,000 shares. And I should have at least held like 250 of them. If I would have sold 3 quarters and just held 250 shares, the next morning by 10 a.m. it was at $60. So it got that little yank, and now look like we might be consolidating. Please consolidate over VWAP. Please. Okay? You've never had a big fucking day in your entire life since you IPO'd. Today's the first real day you have anything going on. So why not grow into a multi-day runner? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Give me 1 second. I got to call one of my employees.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Trey, you meet me there at 11?
Yeah.
You can?
Yep. Stop and pick up that Dremel too, so I can get that.
The what?
Gotta pick up a Dremel because Justin said there's a brick that's cracked, rugged, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fantastic. I know exactly what you're talking about. Awesome. Thank you, Trey. All right, I'll see you there. Peace. All right, I got some help. Stand up. Woo! I think we're gonna go to $5. Oh, I think we're gonna go to 5, or maybe not. Can get over this 525 area. Look how pretty that, see that dip? Isn't that cool? I would just, puts in a perfect curvature, doesn't it? I know, we just need to stay that course. If it goes to 5 here in the next like 20 minutes or something, I'm going to sell some up at 5. Or close to 5. Yeah, so if it goes to 5, I mean, my average is 381. I mean, that'll be over $1,000 right there. Come on. We're consolidating over VWAP. Remember we were talking about that earlier? Now it's kind of coiling a little bit right here. See, it's coiling. So it spiked up and then it, coiling. So it's putting in lower highs and higher lows. So it's coming to a point. So now it's coming to this point. It's going to pick a direction. It's either going to smack down to VWAP or it's going to start squeezing. It's probably going to get smacked down. I mean, we're moving into midday, so the volume's not going to be nearly as significant as it was this morning. But I'll get my sell order ready just in case it starts to get over 425. Gets over 425, we'll go to 450. Come on. It's coiling. Which way you gonna go, brah? 425? You can do it. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Here we go. Here's the 420s. Where's my weed smokers at? Come on, let's go. Buy this shit up. Nope. 412, 415. Come on, man. And I don't think it's going to go just because of midday. I think it's going to have to consolidate more and fucking chop around some more. I mean, I'd love for it to, but $420. God, I hope I'm wrong. Come on, 420, 425. Oh, yes. Go. It's getting stuffy there, though. I'm going to sell some right here. Sell. There we go. I got some out at, what price? 434. I got some out at 434. Not a bad execution there. I only sold a quarter of my position, though. Just a little bit. Popped over that 425 and it didn't keep squeezing, so I was like, eh. Alright, I need to stop watching it. I got to get ready for work. I'm going to put in a stop loss at... Really? I don't even want to put a stop loss in at like 181. I want to put it in at like... I want to put it in like... I mean, really, I want to put it under 330. But I'm not going to fucking risk 60 cents a share. So... Where am I going to put my stop loss in? Because I want to go take care of my business, come back for power hour. And I want this son of a bitch to be up at $6. I think I'll probably put my stop... Well, I'll probably put my stop loss in maybe under this higher low right here. Maybe at 349. I could do that. I could risk 349. I mean, I've made enough on it. Oh, I just want you to be a multi-day runner so bad. Okay? Hope other people feel that way. So they buy it up. I know Henry feels that way. He's out there at work dreaming about MDRR, being a multi-day runner. How we could do 2 claps in a Ric Flair. I know Henry believes it can do it. There's the 430s again. It's holding up. I'd love to sell another 1/3 of my position at $5. But I don't know if it's going to be able to get there midday. Is it going to do it? Maybe 450? It's looking kind of sketchy right now. 439, 440. I'm having a real hard time not selling right now. I got to take some. I got executed at 439. All right, so now I've reduced my position size. Now I don't mind risking this 350 area at all. Christ, if it pulls back, I might add some shares back, but I'm going to leave it alone now. I think we're going to 5. Made some good money on it. It was a great trade. So, look at that, 450. Look at that, 450. Buying, are you still in? I hope you are. Or I hope you sold, or I hope you didn't just get out for break even. I hope you held a little bit and took some profits. Please tell me you did. If you didn't, that's okay. Buying? Look at that. 350s, 450s, 460s. I always sell too early. God. See, you know what the beauty about trading is, and I've said this before. You can fucking suck at this and make money. Like, you don't have to be you can suck at doing this. Like, I don't really consider myself very good. I kind of think I suck at it. I mean, I'm always early. I always sell too early. I get in too early. You know? But I see the setups and I make money. So, realized gains this week, right now. I mean, I got to be up over 2,000 on the week right now. I have to check my E-Trade account. Now I am carrying the bag on WWR. I'm not proud of that, but I think that I think WWR is just teaching me patience. I think I have to wait. I think I need to wait for it. I mean, because it looks like, let's look at the WWR real quick. I mean, I've just seen this setup so many times, I just can't see it not bouncing. Maybe I'm being stubborn. So if we look at the 15-minute chart, I mean, look at this. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart here. Look at this. You got your big parabolic squeeze. This is a good dip buy right here. You got your bounce, and then it just sells off. I caught this bounce, but now it's selling off. I mean, I feel like we're going to get a bounce to like 8, 9, 10. At least 9. Look at this daily chart. I mean, it looks like it's starting to, you know, so it's sold off, and now it's looked like it's kind of starting to consolidate and put in a base right here around the 6s. And then I can just see it coming back. Oh, look at that. Big smackdown on MDRR. I was daydreaming about WWR, and look at that. That's why you take your profits, boys and girls. And I didn't take them all. Wow. What a hammer. Yes, I did it. I added some shares at 385. Woo, Woo! I'm glad I took some profits. So it's pulling back to VWAP now. I'm going to risk the 350 with the rest of these shares. Oh, buy-in. I didn't make any profits. That's okay, though. Hey, break even is good sometimes, buy-in. That's not bad. At least you didn't lose on it. IDXG, it looks like it wants to curl a little bit and come back. Man, what a slap down from the 470s, huh? Said, get the fuck out of here. 470 did. All right, so 350 is going to be my risk as when I leave. I'm going to put in a stop loss at 349, and that'll be my line in the sand. Hopefully, though, when I come back on MDRR, we got MDRR. Hopefully, when I come back, this thing is holding up and still putting. See, look at this. See, this could just be higher lows. Look, we got a low here at 330. We got a low here in like the 360s, and then now hopefully this is a low here in the 380s, 390s. So hopefully we can continue this trend and it holds over VWAP, and then maybe holds over VWAP, maybe squeezes towards 5 a little bit. Maybe we can get a squeeze during power hour, or it gaps up in the morning or after hours. Maybe. I'm out too. Pedro, you fucker.
IPO is now trading.
Oh, he called me Pedro. All right. Yeah, I got to go. This was fun, though. Nice trade. Good trade, Henry. We'll see you guys Friday. Friday, 8:10. So hopefully Friday we're talking about how MDRR is still going from Wednesday. That would be killer. We'll also probably be talking about how I got out way too early, but whatever. Take your profits, because then you get these fucking, look at this massive fucking death candle right here. So take your profits. Don't feel bad about taking profits. The shit, you're never going to nail the top, and you're never going to nail the bottom. And, well, it's very rare that you nail the top and nail the bottom. So don't get too upset or frustrated with yourself if you're not nailing the top and nailing the bottom, because almost nobody is. So be well. See you guys on Friday.